Welcome to Backstage Pass, Rockstar Pro's official podcast. This is your opportunity to go behind the scenes of Rockstar Pro and hear from the wrestlers themselves. Now here are your hosts, Mark Turner and Bort Torkelson. Oh, wrong again, JP, you dumb nerd.
Yeah, JP's such a fun.
Yeah, you got a bald
I
head.
was really hoping to go without hearing his voice.
Well, listeners, as you can plainly hear, I am not joined by Mark Turner. In fact, things are much, much better. I, Bork Torkelson, am joined by the greatest three men in professional wrestling today.
Bingo.
I'm here with the revolution. That's right. To my left, the American Lucha Corps champion, Clayton Jackson.
Got it.
Clayton Johnson.
Directly across from me, the sickest dude in all the land,
If you know it, you gotta show it, baby.
Zachary Wentz.
How you doing?
And to my right, the cardiac kid himself, Desmond Xavier.
That name just rings really well. I like how that sounds.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Forgot smells like shrimp.
It's elegant.
No, that's DJ Hyde, and
True.
he's not here.
Yuck puddle.
True. Never knew a yuck puddle.
Speaking of DJ Hyde,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
you
dear.
fucking yuck puddle.
Happy birthday to you.
Just kidding, we love you with all of our hearts.
Every single chamber.
Yeah, sure. So, this is a historic episode, episode 50 of the Backstage Pass podcast. We've been doing this for just over 4 years,
Well, daggone.
and hopefully we'll make it 50 more episodes. And then some.
Well, it took 50 episodes to get the best.
This.
Yeah,
So-
to get all three of you here
It's like
together.
Yeah,
Well, all
it's
four
like
of us, bud.
gathering
Oh,
in-
thank you.
We are
gathering
one.
the energy to bring us all together. It's
Yeah.
a lot.
It's,
I barely fit in the room, if we're being
It's
real.
true.
Yeah, I'm cramped up.
I'm actually
I'm
standing
sorry.
outside the room right now yelling through the threshold of the door.
My bad.
I mean, come on, bro.
So, let's get down to brass tacks here. We do have business to do. We're going to look back at, not arguably, undeniably, the biggest night in Rockstar Pro history last month at 5. Now, gentlemen, I know we had some mixed results at 5, but I want to go back. I want to run through that card real quick just to catch up our listeners because, let's be frank, they're a little slow, all right?
A little.
A little?
Well, that's me being kind. That's. So, Mark's not here, so somebody's got to,
And you are a man of the people. so
That's
you
right.
like that.
Well, thank you.
That's understandable.
So, we're going to start with match 1, work our way through that. 5, our best show ever in terms of attendance. Absolutely incredible. And it started off with the pardon?
Because I main evented.
Fact.
Well, I mean,
The draw.
yeah. But we began with a match where the entrances were longer than the match itself.
Fact.
Joey Ryan defeated Jake Christ. Now, I'm curious as to how you guys feel about this because when it comes to Jake, I as I tell Mark week after week, still respect him as an artist, but I do not in any way agree with his decision to abandon our family to go back with Dave and JT and etc.
Whenever he wants it, he can still catch these hands. I'm telling you what.
Tax free.
Tax free.
So it was kind of
Beautiful entrance though. So
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
great
Yeah,
entrance.
You have to admit,
I
like you
can't play
said,
hate.
yeah, you have to respect the man and his craft, and you have to give kudos where they're definitely due. But it's just like somebody that's a fan of the Beatles. Like, that's not my kind of music. But hey, I respect what they've done, right?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. But you gotta admit, at least I thought, it was vindicating. It was It filled my heart with joy to see Joey Ryan super kick that lollipop down his throat.
Oh yeah, my pants moved a little bit. On that
The little chubbers, little half mask.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So before we get too deep down that rabbit hole, let's talk about Bruce Gray. He defeated Tracy Smothers, a living legend.
Southern Tracy Smothers.
He wrestled fucking bears.
He did.
Yeah.
He's been Italian. He's been Southern. He's been a thug. He's been just about everything in this business.
He is a wrestling chameleon.
100% a tough son of a bitch.
No question about that. But Bruce Gray, speaking of birthdays, also Bruce Gray's birthday today.
All right, you're not getting a song.
Yeah, we're not singing that. We're not singing that.
He soundly defeated Tracy in a pretty solid match there, I thought.
All you gotta say is DDT. I guess it sneaks up on the best of them. You know?
Gets the job done,
Yep.
as they say. Now,
It's like diarrhea. Just sneaks up out of you and just gets you. Just gets you.
did you know diarrhea is hereditary?
Do you have diarrhea or something? Like, why do you hit you like that?
I don't think so.
I got excited.
He got excited.
Oh.
That was it.
Wait,
you know?
diarrhea is hereditary?
Yeah, it runs in your genes.
Ah!
So, match 3 at 5 was originally scheduled to be Trigger Trey Miguel. We've got a little gnat in here, and it's not Mark Turner, and it's kind of driving us crazy. But nevertheless, scheduled to be Trigger Trey Miguel versus Aaron Williams for the American Luchacore Championship. However,
Not in my house.
Nuh-uh.
there was a number 1 contender who demanded satisfaction.
And his name was...
Clayton Gaines Jackson.
Woo!
Yeah, that's right. And he soundly defeated both Trey and Aaron Williams to become the new and current reigning and defending American
Muscles, baby!
Luchacore champion.
Yeah, doing that.
Yeah. How's it feel, Clay?
It feels really good, you know.
Boy.
I gotta be honest, it was a little upsetting that I wasn't on the card, but you know, you can't wait for an opportunity. You gotta make them yourself.
Damn straight.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Gosh,
You
darn
did.
Right.
Felt like a new PR, didn't it?
It did. It felt like a new PR, you know? It's like I walked in the gym on an off day and hit a new PR.
Yeah.
'Cause I wasn't even supposed to wrestle on that show.
Cold.
He was coming in
Cold.
the gym. He was coming in the ring that night. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Bingo.
That's what he does. And this is your first singles championship right here at
It is.
Rockstar
It
Pro.
is.
It's got to be better than having, that
Sack of shit.
sexual psycho kind of holding you back.
Sexual
Yeah.
psycho. Don't you have to have sex to be a sexual psycho?
Well, I mean,
With that.
we won't talk about consent. So, let's move on. Well, maybe we shouldn't. I just want to, make sure that the Rockstar Nation knows that its new American Luchacore champion is going to defend that belt with honor. And probably hold on to it, until the end of time? I mean, that's my guess.
I don't plan on losing it, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Bingo.
As Snoop Dogg would very articulately say, for shizzle.
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
I think
That's
that
how it
works.
says.
That's elegant.
That's elegant.
That's elegant.
And eloquent.
Yeah.
Both. To move on, our next match was a ladies' match, a women's match. Right? That's less sexist than ladies, right?
Gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit? You know?
Do you memorize, movie lines?
Yeah, I think a large part of my life is based off Talladega Nights quotes.
Okay.
I mean, he's a champion, so that's champion blood, and that's you want to speak.
I mean,
like
I
him,
basically wake
act
up
like
in the
him.
morning and piss excellence. You know
Fact.
what I mean?
That is a
Bingo.
fact.
Fact.
Whether it's a movie quote or not, it is factual.
You just
So,
wanna come at him like a spider monkey.
it was Jessica Havoc versus Nevaeh. Great match, but it had a weird kind of ending. This Ace Austin dude.
Ace
Austin
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Remember the name, love it, live it, learn it.
Got in the ring, recited probably the most famous Shakespeare quote of all time. Then got beat up by 2 female wrestlers, and the match was a no contest.
I mean, the only thing I gotta say is talk shit, get your ass beat. Talk shit, get your ass beat.
Yeah.
Talk shit, get your ass beat.
Run up, get done up.
And he came out there acting a fool. I mean, he's still a cool dude, though.
Yeah. He seems like a good enough dude, but I don't know. Maybe that was not the best timing in the world.
Yeah, not at all.
Kind of weird ending there. No contest after. It seems like they kind of reunited. This friendship connected again between Havoc and Nevaeh. Who knows what might? Yeah. Who knows what might develop there? Speaking of women, there was a female wrestler in the next match as Samantha Heights defeated the juggernaut Jeremiah in a hardcore match, forcing Jeremiah to wear a dress.
Now that's just bull.
Wait a second.
Only.
So the lady in the match was Jeremiah, right?
No. Sam was the lady, right? Samantha Heights, she is a woman. You know that, right?
What?
Yeah, totally. She acts like a dude all the time.
Stop.
She's
But she's got the parts, as far as I know.
No.
Prove it.
I can't do that. You're going to have to ask her. That's,
I ain't buying
I don't want to go down that road.
I don't
Personally.
know. I just always see her in pants, so I thought that if she would be in a relationship, she'd wear the pants in the pants.
Yeah, that could well be. But I don't know for sure. Who knows what Samantha Heights' personal life is like. I honestly don't want to think about it because she has stabbed me before. I don't know if you guys were aware of this.
She stabbed you?
She stabbed me.
Why didn't you come and get us and tell us?
This was years ago. The first time she was on the podcast, she stabbed me in the butt with a switchblade. I'm not joking.
Why?
That's
That
why.
okay. Did you call someone?
That's not sick, dude, but that is sick.
Yeah. That's why I try to avoid her.
He's whatever she's. I don't know if you want to be a Bruce Jenner.
Look, all right.
She's
The fact of the matter is that Shim won the match.
Yeah.
And now Jeremiah has to wear a dress, which is extremely hilarious.
Yeah, like I kind of thought he would.
Bowl.
I kind of thought he'd be pissed about it, and he was at first. But like at this point, he seems resigned to it. He seems kind of okay with it.
I just don't like how his leg hair like periscopes and like grabs the bottom of the dress.
I mean, that's his own fault for being able to fit into a dress.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, come on, dude.
That is true.
They make dresses that could fit you. I mean, didn't
No.
Nicole Bass wear
Ain't
a
no
dress,
way.
right?
Ain't no way.
China wore a dress.
Ain't no way.
Bro, dude.
What are you talking
I
about?
can barely fit in t-shirts.
Bro, Honey Boo Boo's mom wore a dress.
What's the size of that shirt?
Maybe
5X?
a moo-moo?
Extra jacked.
And you're stretching that out still?
Yeah.
Yo, his
Hugging.
belts alone.
If I was to wear sleeves, they'd be hugging.
Fair enough. But nevertheless, Samantha Heights wins. Jeremiah is wearing a dress. And it seems like that kind of stipulation is indefinite. We thought she might just have, Jeremiah just might have to wear that night, but he's been wearing a different dress ever since, so not sure what that's all about, how long that's going to last, but...
Shopping for dresses.
So, Jeremiah doesn't have a last name, right? It's just Jeremiah.
as far as I know,
So,
It's like Madonna
yeah.
and Cher.
Jeremiah Jenner? JJ?
Oh.
JJ.
I mean, you guys can say that. I don't know if I would say that, because I
You're
don't
rolling
want...
with us.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can say it.
Okay,
You can
Jeremiah
say it.
Jenner, right? Might be kind of cool.
Snap for the Snapchat.
So yeah, a little bit of pause there for station identification and or social media. So we got a bit of a downer to talk about, guys. People know this is a dangerous business.
Yeah.
People know that it is for professional athletes only. That's why it's called professional wrestling. Sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes people get hurt. And at the Armageddon Games match for the Rockstar Pro Tag Team Championships, we had 2 injuries with the match ending in a no contest. Mason Cutter of the Hooligans broke one leg, had severe lacerations in the other. And Kyle Maverick got knocked out by DJ Hyde, nearly breaking his neck there, but severely concussed. So, regardless of our feelings on these guys, I don't think anybody wants to see somebody injured.
Not at all.
Guys, I know he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
And it is... Wrestling pays his bills. Wrestling takes care of everything. You obviously can't wrestle. You can't get money. So please go to his pro wrestling tees. Him and his brother have one. Just look up the Hooligans. I'm not sure on what the actual backslash
Yeah,
is.
I think if
But
you
they
just-
are on Pro Wrestling Tees. If you look up the Hooligans, buy a shirt. Anything will help, please.
Right. Yeah.
The shirt that they have on there is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I love
nice.
that.
So, do the right thing. Help these guys out a little bit. In our next match, we have one that I hesitate to talk about because it was for the WXW Shotgun Championship. And David Starr ended up defending that championship successfully against you, Des. So, I kind of wondered how you're feeling, nearly a month after that match. I know it was a big disappointment, but I got to say, you put up a hell of a fight. It was an incredible match, especially following that, tragedy that was the Armageddon Games match. You had a difficult role there. I don't know if that, kind of shook your concentration or what, but ultimately David Starr came out on top.
Yeah. Definitely went into that match with a heavy heart, trying to think about everything that was going on with with our comrades, our brothers, and I don't know. Maybe I was just a bit more distracted than I thought I was, and David Starr came out on top.
Yeah.
In fact, he actually put his penis in my face 10 times in a row.
Not cool.
Hey,
yeah,
that's funny.
not cool at all.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, bud.
My mouth was open on one of them.
Oh, that's almost as disgusting as what John Murray does to people.
Yeah.
Alright.
What logical, level-headed person?
Thumbing a butt and a
What's
pee-pee
their
to the
thumb-
face is funny to me. I'm sorry. It's funny.
What you
It's
do in
comical.
your off time
It's
has
comical.
nothing to do with what goes on in this
This
ring.
is
What
it.
you like to do by yourself, you go ahead and do that.
Hey,
but in the
man.
ring, that's not something that I want to happen
Yeah,
to me.
it's a professional wrestling
Like, it
match.
sucks that it happened to you. I'm sorry.
Don't try to console me now. Where were you at after it happened?
Bro, I was getting prepared.
You're right.
Yeah, so, let's recenter ourselves,
I love you.
guys.
Who farted?
Hug moment.
There we go.
Who farted?
I didn't fart.
I didn't fart.
I've had a lot of protein today.
Oh, Clay, come on.
Oh, that is rancid.
Putrid.
Oh,
Guys,
All right,
give us a minute. Clay's going to he's in timeout. Go
All right.
go out. You're out the door.
If I can fit through it.
Go out the window.
or just hang your butt out the window.
Yeah.
So let's bring it back. So in the following match, we had Ray Phoenix defeating Dave Chris. First time I've seen Ray Phoenix in person. That dude can go. I mean, I don't know what to say about him other than that was phenomenal, and I love watching Dave Chris get beat up.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray Phoenix, though, just throwing it out. Catch me outside. How about that, boy?
How about that?
You had the
You gotta say it in Spanish.
puta chucha whatever.
I don't think
Definitely
that's
not
Spanish.
That's,
I don't
that's
know.
Mandarin.
same difference.
They
Should speak.
Completely
Sick
different
of
sides of
knees.
the globe. Sick knees?
Sick knees.
Sick knees, bruh.
Wait, you have sick knees? Oh, sick of knees.
Okay, he's new to
I just joined,
He's
guys.
the
I'm still
newer
trying to
one.
get used to this.
Yeah.
Yes, so
You're getting there, man.
I'm working on it,
We
guys.
still love
Thank you
you.
guys for being so
Yeah.
patient.
Sorry.
Of course.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So Ray defeated Dave. It was awesome. You can catch that on RockstarProNetwork.com. Let's talk about the main event. Again, I know it's not easy to discuss, but Sami Callihan came in, challenged Hugh-Zach for the world title, and somehow managed to get the better of you.
bullshit.
I agree. I thought it was bullshit.
I shouldn't have even been. I wasn't cleared to wrestle.
He was sick.
I wasn't cleared to wrestle.
Under the weather.
Yeah, right.
Medical issues.
But if I didn't wrestle, I would have been stripped of my title
Right,
anyway.
so you're in a no-win situation there.
I think they're just making up the rules as they go.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with that. What did Sami Callihan do to earn that title shot?
Exactly.
Bingo.
Right?
Bingo.
He
Have a
comes
name,
in
Sami Callihan,
riding that
Space Cat.
fat cat. I don't know what the hell that was all about.
So
but
I
you
came
guys,
riding my fucking stallion.
That's right.
I didn't think we were going to both fit through the entranceway, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we did it.
You guys took his entrance and made it better, which,
Bingo.
it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
So, that was 5.
Chiseled God.
We'll get to In Like a Lion in a little bit here, but as this is our 50th episode, I thought we'd take a moment, look back on some past guests. We're going to take it all the way back to episode 2, when Nigel McGuinness joined us. Now, I've tried to edit both myself and co-host at the time, Griffin Gunn. I tried to edit our questions out, so you're going to get a lot of Nigel. It might seem a little disjointed, but hey, if you can't keep up, you're probably too dumb to live. So pay attention.
Rockstar Pro! Well, I mean, you can certainly make an argument for a devolution on the national stage. You know, if you look at the characters at the end of the last century, they were certainly more over and more recognisable to the mainstream than they are now.
Right.
Absolutely. There's certain exceptions to the rule. CM Punk, I think, but that's arguably because he has a character which isn't one of those stereotypes.
Sure. Yeah.
Arguably because of what WWE had to do when they went public, and when Linda McMahon was going for the political things as well, they had to have a PG product, and to do that, they had to sort of arguably dumb it down, but in certain senses, sort of backtrack from the evolutions that they'd made at the end of the last century. And unfortunately, TNA isn't really sort of taking up the slack in that regard. They're trying something, but it's it doesn't seem to be connecting at this point.
Sure.
And beyond that, it's very difficult without the real sort of exposure of a national TV outlet to do anything. Because when people talk about pro wrestling, they're talking about WWE.
Absolutely,
right.
You know what I mean? And if you wrestle for TNA, my mum didn't recognise me. You know what I mean? That's just the nature of it. Vince won. And Vince is pro wrestling, and what he does is what pro wrestling is. And so if you look at the business now, it's a very different business than it was 10 years ago. You got to look at it. It really is arguably a dying industry. WWE has revenue streams in place such that, arguably, as long as they have a TV exposure, they'll still be in business, because they make enough money overseas and stuff like that. But generally speaking, domestically across the board, everything's down. Obviously they make more money on WrestleMania this year than the last year and whatever else.
Right.
But generally speaking, excuse me, it's going in that sort of a direction because, as we said before, the business hasn't evolved. Arguably has devolved since then. We're long past the time now where the cyclical nature of the business has happened. It's supposed to have happened. WrestleMania 1 was what, 85? So WrestleMania 3, people point to sort of like the high point of that sort of era. And then it wasn't again until 95, was it? 95, 96, 97. Still, it started picking up again because of, Austin and the NWO and all those sort of things.
Right.
So you're looking at 10 years there.
Right.
So that would put us at about 7 or 8 years behind the curve now.
Right.
And it hasn't come, that evolution hasn't come because the business hasn't changed, and we can sit here and discuss all until we're blue in the face why that is,
right?
You know what I mean? But until someone with power and an idea, can implement that idea, then nothing's going to change. You know what I mean? So there'll still be guys that can get jobs there and make a decent living at it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And advice to those people is get out and wrestle as many shows as you can. Be smart with it, because obviously there's no point wrestling on a crappy show in the middle of nowhere if you're going to get hurt and no one's going to see you, and you're going to wrestle against just your friends who aren't any better than you. Be prudent with that. You've only got so many bumps in your body.
Right.
And just find someone that can get you started well, and then find someone that can move that next step. Learn something from everybody, but be smart and figure out who are the guys you can learn something from and who are the guys you can't, because there are a million guys who'll tell you a million things about how to make money in this business and how to be a success in this business, and 99% of them don't know what they're talking about. I don't think there's anybody I know who hasn't got some kind of side effects from all the bumps that they've taken. I mean, we were part of a generation that thought unprotected chair shots to the head were perfectly acceptable, and it was just part of the business. And if you said no, I'm going to put my hands up, you were looked at as a pussy. You know what I mean? We're now seeing the results of unprotected chair shots.
Absolutely.
But we've known the results of the drug use, but more importantly the bump the heavy bump sort of style that became prevalent sort of towards the end of the last century. We're starting to see that effect now with the concussions and with a lot of sort of like back and neck injuries, Edge, those sort of guys.
Yeah.
Because you think everyone says that WWE is easy, and compared to a lot of Japanese styles or arguably Ring of Honor or those styles, it is a lot easier. But they're still taking, even if you're taking 10 bumps a night, an average bump is like being in a car wreck at 20 miles an hour, which is not going to kill you.
Right.
But you do that 10 times in a night. You imagine, here's 20 miles an hour driving into a wall 10 times.
Yeah,
you
sure.
do it every night.
Yeah.
It'll take its toll.
It's going to add up, exactly. But the danger is, of course, that fans don't want to see 1 or 2 bumps in a match because they've been conditioned now to see that, and that is really the dilemma that we're facing as an industry at this point. Is that we've raised the bar in terms of violence, in terms of athleticism. That there's really very few places you can go in that direction. So the only way the business can possibly evolve is in another direction, which is the storylines and the behind the scene things, and get people engaged in that doesn't necessarily involve with the actual bell to bell.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there. It's whatever draws the most people.
Okay.
I mean, that's the bottom line. We're selling tickets. Want people to watch the show. There are certain limits to that. You know what I mean? I can go out there and have someone cut my arm off with a chainsaw.
Right.
And people might go, wow, that's fantastic. We'll come back next week. And they may come back next week, but when you don't cut off your other arm, you've lost them. You know what I mean? So you have to find that happy medium. There's a way of giving them enough to where they're going, wow, this is cool. I can't see this anywhere else. Because you've got to understand as well, like when wrestling was hot, even at the end of the last century, entertainment wasn't the way it is now, Like, yes, there were video games and stuff like that, but it wasn't so accessible and so easy for people to stay at home and watch a movie or to steal stuff off the internet, pirate stuff off the internet. That's another reason why it's so difficult to make money nowadays, because the second you've got a DVD that's out there, it's already up on the torrent sites, and then, you lost it. So it's really, really difficult. You just have to, if there is going to be another evolution coming, it's an evolution about how wrestling is presented as a whole, not just the minutiae of the actual wrestling.
The entirety of the product.
This I consider to be an art form.
Oh,
one
absolutely.
of the best art forms.
Absolutely.
At its best.
And
there's Nigel!
Yeah, Nigel
Good man.
McGuinness.
Good man.
He was here
Knowledgeable.
a few years back.
Wise words.
Yeah. Smart guy. That was episode 2. Episode 1, you guys can probably guess who knocked down the door and demanded to be the first guest on the Backstage Pass podcast. Who has the biggest ego in the professional wrestling business? Come on.
Ric Flair?
No.
Oh.
He's from Dayton.
Ric Flair's from
Oh, Shawn Michaels?
No. Oh, God damn it. It was Dave. Dave Chris.
Oh!
Right?
Okay. That makes sense.
I figured you probably wouldn't want to hear clips from that show. Honestly, I don't really want to hear clips from that show either. It was him and Chris Brooks. Do you remember Chris Brooks? He was here well before you guys were, I think. British guy. Last I saw, ICE was deporting him. So, haven't heard or seen him in quite some time.
Hit the bricks,
let's take a second here. I just want to ask you guys, this being our 50th episode, it's kind of celebratory. Looking back a little bit, what are some of your favorite memories here at Rockstar Pro? Either your own matches or matches you've seen, moments.
I really enjoyed facing at the time, I believe it was Foundation for the tag team titles when I super kicked Darren De Niro in his face. That was a really good time.
That was cool.
To bring to a more recent memory, last week when I interrupted him during his match, that was also a really good time. There's a couple ones off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I've done so much, it's just...
Beating Dave Chris twice for the title.
Twice.
Yeah. And let's not forget...
Actually, that was the same night I kicked him in the face. That was a good night all around.
Let's not forget the incredible match you had against OI4K's manager, JT Davidson. You climbing up onto the commentation station, jumping off and destroying him, that was one of my favorite moments, personally.
His chest in, honestly.
I don't know how he's still walking.
That chair exploded.
Oh, he's walking, just not very well.
His back is as bad as it's ever been. I know that much.
I told him
Honestly,
he hasn't been in a match since.
I think
Nice.
that
What I was
my
going to
favorite
do.
moment is the plan that we have formulated from the get-go. We pull that out rather well.
Yeah,
Rather well.
pretty good at that.
He became a Rockstar Pro World Champion. And
That's
we're
true.
Just having fun together.
Yeah. And
Just having fun together.
it's so good to see you finally step out of that shadow of OI4K and join up with your real family here in the
it feels so
Revolution.
good.
Right?
It's like
Yeah.
the weight lifted off of me.
That's right.
You want
They
me to
say
lift-
that
you
it was
want
a
me to lift
wing
weight?
that I was under, but we don't know.
Well, when it comes to the Revolution, there's two things I think people need to know about us. I think the Revolution It's harder than trigonometry and tighter than dick skin.
That's Team Dick Skin.
That's what makes the revolution so great.
That's chapter 11 in the book of Thugonomics. So,
Basic.
yeah, basic Thugonomics.
A doctor wrote that.
Yeah, a doctor by the name of Juan Cena.
Dr. Juan?
When he studied abroad.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So that when he was down in Mexico.
Right.
John Cena for you all that are here in America.
So you're bilingual. That's cool.
No, I only like women.
No. Not sexual. Lingual. Speak 2 languages.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spanish and English,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Des, any other memories that you have in particular?
Yeah.
The first time I ever did... Oh, sorry. I got excited.
Your
go
name's
ahead.
not Des.
You go ahead. I'm sorry. I got really
But we're
excited.
like one together,
We
so we
are.
get confused.
It popped in my head, bud.
It's like, hey, Zach, we all look.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Desmond.
So are we Desatenry?
We'll give it some thought.
Yeah, let's work on that.
We'll find one.
Well, that was just spitball.
Yeah, no, it's a good
We
start.
can all just be Jeff.
How you spell
My
that?
name Jeff.
Cheef.
Jeff who?
Chef?
No, my name's Jeff. Just a moment in time. Let's go back to my first match when I hit my very first running shooting star press.
Who was that on?
I mean, I wouldn't rather say
Didn't that dude go to the hospital?
Chimera. I think he's dead.
You know what I heard?
High cholesterol, right?
Hope he's dead.
I heard
Saw that mayonnaise.
that he had his guts sucked out through his asshole in a hot tub drain.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You're not supposed to move in a hot tub.
Well,
just
yeah.
sit there.
Yeah, well,
Just sit there and enjoy.
I barely fit in one.
those things, they can be dangerous.
And it just
Just sucked it all out. Empty now.
holy, whoa.
But again, I don't have proof. That's I just heard. It's word
I'm
of
not a
mouth.
horror film type of guy, but I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Or would that be more of a snuff film?
Well, if it's real, I think it's snuff. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's not cool, right? We're not into that. But anyway, let's move on. We'll hear from a man who was here in Rockstar a few years back and has found a lot of success of late. Let's hear a little bit from Rich Swan.
Woo!
Today with us, we have one Rich Swan.
Yeah!
Thanks for being with us, Rich.
Oh, you're welcome. You're definitely welcome. It's always a pleasure to get out and do some interviews because it's good for me, it's good for the people, it's good for you, it's good for Rockstar, it's good for everyone.
Oh man, the traveling schedule of the professional wrestler.
Yeah,
It's not something most people can handle.
it's not, but if you realize that you signed up for this, then you better suck it up and take it.
Yeah.
So,
You spent nearly a month in Japan, correct?
yep, a month in Japan, and I tell you what, it's probably the roughest time in wrestling that you could have, but you learn so much, and it teaches you how to be a better wrestler and to slow down and to really appreciate what you have.
Mm-hmm.
here.
What makes it so rough?
The fact of you can't really speak to anybody.
Right?
Like your language, the language barrier is just so extreme that it just makes it tough and depressing to be out there because you're like if you're out there by yourself. I was out there by myself for about 3 weeks, and then another American came over. But for those 3 weeks, it was like I was talking to myself in my head,
Yeah.
and like you can't speak to anyone, you know. So like I'd be up like with the time difference. I'd be up at maybe, let's see, it'd be 8 o'clock at night, American time, which would be about 7 or 6 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
you know, and like I'd be up like earlier than that, like and later than that, like just talking to people on Voxer, on Voxer, just talking to people, and like Facebook and stuff, but like I barely get any sleep, then have to get on the bus, then, you know, do my duties, set up the ring, wrestle, tear down the ring, get on the bus, 6-hour travel to some, you know, places, and like it was just rough on your body, the traveling and the scheduling. It was just you know, tough, but it gets you ready and it makes you appreciate what you have out here in America.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, how would you say that modern day Japanese wrestlers compare to what you're used to here in the States?
I'd say that the modern day Japanese wrestlers, what you see in the States, there's not to put my countrymen down, but there's not very many hardworking young talent out there that is trying to get themselves out as hard as these modern day, to use the term, the young boys. Mm-hmm. I watch these guys in Japan wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, run 2 miles, get into the ring, stretch, then do wrestling. Then after wrestling, stretch some more. Then after they're done wrestling, workout. Then after workout, then they cook for all the other guys, like the young boys and all that stuff. And being a young boy, being in wrestling is their job.
Right.
When you come here to America, you probably have 1 or 2 or 3 days of wrestling training. Mm-hmm. You're not really doing all that much. You don't live at your training facility, so you're not really getting you're getting proper training, but not the proper attention that you really should be.
You're living it over there.
Yeah,
it's your whole
living
life,
it. Right? You're living it. And some people over here, they live it. Some people over here, they half-ass it. People think they can just pay and then get trained and then be out of shape and be all fat and think that they can call themselves a wrestler.
Yeah.
You have to live it
right.
in order to be it. As long as you are devoting your time and making yourself look like a wrestler, and you're not just going in there being the absolute shits. Sorry for my French, but if you're a weekend warrior, whatever. If you wrestle for WWE, great for you. If you wrestle for anywhere else, okay. But as long as you're not taking anybody else's spot and taking up, room just to, be like, oh, I'm a wrestler to all your friends and impress your friends. This is something that you do because you love it and respect it, not something because, you want to just brag about it. I developed my style by drinking a lot of energy drinks and a lot of high sugar. No, really. I developed my style by studying guys like Rey Mysterio, like Eddie Guerrero, and then throwing it in with a mix of character, you know what I'm saying, about who I really am. Mm-hmm. One guy always said, the way you make it in this business is be yourself, just turned up 10 times more. Mm-hmm. And that is exactly what I do. And I know everybody enjoys to laugh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody enjoys to laugh, so I want to make people laugh. And then, if you make somebody laugh, they're going to care for you. Mm-hmm. They're going to look at you as somebody that they like, and then they don't want to see their favorite person get hurt. Nobody wants to see their person get beat up. And then, when I'm getting beat up and stuff like that, that draws emotion to those people. Mm-hmm. They're emotionally invested in me. Now that I've made them smile, now that I've made them feel a certain type of way, now they're emotionally invested. And, I look at that as that's how you become a good wrestler, is if you got somebody emotionally invested in you.
You were, for a day, a honorary member of OI4K. But it wasn't OI4K, it was something else, right?
Oh, no, it was OI4N. Ohio is for ninjas. Thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? But, yeah, it was Ohio is for killers, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And, those are my boys. Dave Christ, Jake Christ, Sammy, Nevaeh, my homegirl.
Yeah.
I am going to back them 100% in whatever they do here, because that's real loyalty. Mm-hmm. Some of the things they do, I'm not going to say that I like or that I agree with, but I'm always going to back them 100% just because I am loyal to my best friends.
So, Rich Swan, really into OI4K, huh?
That's not what I expected.
Yeah. I didn't want to edit it out because you know me, pure unfiltered truth, right?
Yeah, you put the real in gorilla. We all do.
Yeah, so I wanted people to actually hear Rich Swann for who he is.
I thought that was going to be cool at first, but
It was cool at first.
Started
I thought.
off cool.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, that was a great start.
that was a highlight.
But the thing I want to speak upon, Mr. Swan,
What you got, baby?
I wish you would have been around a little bit longer so you'd have been able to see guys like myself, guys like Desmond Xavier, guys like Clayton Jackson, who, as young boys, were doing just as much as the veterans used to do back in their day. Like that pisses me off because I know I have had countless nights of no sleep washing other people who I'm not going to mention names, but washing gear and waiting hand and fucking foot. I've had relationships ended, and that shit just pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to, because I see the work ethic you put in. I see what you guys have accomplished in such a short amount of time. Do you see that here at Rockstar too with some of the older guys that they look at you as, oh, these young kids today, they're not paying their dues. I don't know. I look at you guys and I see
not, because I mean this young boy in 2 years have done more than a lot of people. So
fact.
That's.
Fact.
Yeah, I mean,
Fact. Bingo.
I'm on the subject. I'm not going to say that, it was too much or anything like that. It was necessary, I would say.
Yeah.
Being a young boy paying your dues, that shit is necessary. Because if it wasn't for that, I don't think I would have gotten this far. But there's a point when baby boy needs to fly. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Spread those wings, dog.
The things that all of us went through is what led to the maturity that we have when it comes to what we have now. And we do thank our mentors for putting us through everything that we did have to go through.
Yeah.
Because it did toughen us up and smarten us up to the things that need to be done in order to be successful with everything that's going on. We have a lot on our plate now.
Yeah.
And let's just say that we're eating rather well.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is I see you guys, that's what pisses me off, is when, the old guys are like, oh, these young kids, they don't have the passion. I see you guys, I see nothing but passion for this business. You've got Clay, getting his first singles championship, just great things happening for him. Zach, just a couple years into your career, you've already been world champion. And Des, you and Zach together, traveling the world as a tag team, you guys are just, I think, writing your story right now, and it's only getting better and better as I see you two find success, not just across the country, but, on the other side of the globe as well. Mm-hmm. So, fuck the haters, I think, is what we're getting at.
Oh. I'm dancing.
So let's look forward. We'll forget about those past clips. Although, again, 50 episodes, nothing to sneeze at. That's why I want to have my real family here. Mark apparently can't show up on time, whatever, I don't know. But you guys are here. That's what matters to me. In Like a Lion is this Friday, March 3rd, here at 1106 East 3rd Street in lovely Dayton, Ohio. Doors open at 7, first bell's at 7:30. Let's talk about that card. Our opening match, well, again, I don't know what the actual order is going to be. All I know is the order I have here. So, first off, we have DJ Hyde versus Nate Wings. Nate has to be pretty pissed at DJ for nearly taking his tag team partner, Kyle Maverick, out of the game entirely.
Is Nate even tall enough to take a lariat?
I don't know, but protect your neck. That's all I got to say, bud.
Yeah, that's a good point. Both of you guys, really. DJ Hyde's a monster in there, a big, fat, dumb monster. Mm-hmm. But, Nate, he could probably just run under that lariat. But, again, that's like, a tiny little grizzly, what was the littlest lumberjack? Grizzly redwood trying to chop down the biggest tree in the world. I think Nate's got his work cut out for him, but...
We should talk to management and see if there is a height requirement to wrestle.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, that new dude, that little Marcus Everett dude.
We know for a fact that he's underneath.
He's not going to make the cut.
Oh.
If that's the case. So, what else do we have? We have a grudge match here. Two guys who tagged for a good 6 years, friends for even longer than that. But that friendship has come to an end. The greatest show on earth, Trevor Court, taking on Mr. All-Purpose, Remy Wilkins. Thoughts?
Brothers versus brothers. They said they're former friends. It's going to be a barn burner.
Someone's going to get got.
Yeah, I think Trevor's had Remy's number for a few weeks here. And honestly, we know, Remy used to be a part of our family, but he just kept losing.
He started drinking different Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he did. And I
What
just
flavor?
Grape or something like that. Or red.
Loser.
Yeah, loser flavor. I don't know if he's got it in him anymore. But Trevor Court, he's a monster. I think he's
Big beefy son of a gun.
he's my favorite in that one personally.
They they need to get their 40s, check their rollies, because by the end of the night, it's grind time.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So let's move on. We have another match featuring one of the younger guys here at Rockstar Pro. Trey Miguel taking on CZW World Champion Joe Gacy in a non-title match.
Big opportunity for Trey.
Yeah, but we've seen what he's done with big opportunities in the past, right?
That's a toilet, in case you guys are...
I've wrestled Joe Gacy in best 2 out of 3 series, which I came on top.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, throwing that in there. And he is a tough son of a gun. There's a reason why he is the CZW World Heavyweight Champion.
Tis true.
You think Trey has what it takes to take this guy down?
He's been impressing me of late.
He's getting bigger. I gotta say. The muscle mass he's put on. Nothing near
close to Clayton at all.
what Clayton has. Or let's be honest. I'm looking at 3 Adonises right now. All 3 of you guys, best shapes of your lives, right?
Bingo.
Gotta be. Gotta be.
I see him shooting in the gym, but he still looks like Brian Peppers, so...
Bow!
Wow.
Look it up.
Look, I love everything that Trey's doing, but I think that he really needs to start tapping into something different, and maybe, just maybe,
Start a revolution.
he needs to start a revolution in his life. Just maybe.
Calling card.
All right, I'll let that one hang out there. Let's talk about some of your guys' matches. Dez, what the hell is up with Aaron Williams? First of all, joining up with the Knight Riders, and then calling you out, of all people.
They all got bald heads.
They got some bald heads.
Silly ball heads.
Like, I don't understand. I was chilling out in the back,
Yeah.
and then he just starts saying all these crazy things.
Yeah,
Calm
why?
down, baby boy.
I'm
Let's bring it
sorry.
back down. We got
I'm
high
sorry.
there for a second.
I'm sorry.
We gotta
The high,
bring it
look,
back down.
I was
Bring it back down.
confused, disoriented, and I didn't understand why he was coming at me like that.
You got excited, bro.
I
He's
did.
just trying to make a name off of yours, bro.
Oh man, but my coattails are too short for him to ride on.
I can't fit in the coat.
It's going to have to be okay with being vanilla.
Yeah, there's no reason. I mean, yeah, hey, when you get vanilla ice cream, sometimes you got to put something special on top of it for people to actually like it. All right? So maybe this is what he's trying to do.
You're his sprinkle.
I refuse to be a sprinkle.
That's what he's trying
I'm
to
an
do.
entire dessert myself.
Ooh, bam, bow.
You know what? Going back to what Mr. Swan said, Aaron said the same thing to us. And he was saying that things were handed to us.
Yeah, what's that all about?
You gotta be out of your fucking mind, baby boy. You see, look, our mentors may have brought promoters to the well, but it was what they were tasting is what made them want to stay. You're looking at 3 of the best prospects in this business today. So for you to think that we don't deserve what we have, you, sir, are just like what we thought you were. Dumb as hell.
Fire.
Indeed.
Spitting heat.
Set fire to these bitches.
And that's something I gotta bring this up right now too. Myron Reed, calling himself Hot Fire.
biting off of hot fire flames.
Totally biting off you
Like
guys.
straight up, like you're gonna name yourself after our move? I mean, I know it's disgustingly sick, but I mean, you're not up to that level.
You wasn't with them shooting in the gym, is what he's saying.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Riggedy.
So, in our American Lucha Core Championship match at In Like a Lion, Clay, you're going to defend your title against your former tag team partner, Darren De Niro. Thoughts on that?
Overhang belly, Darren De Niro.
Oh,
You see, the thing I want to point out that I don't think anyone has drawn their attention to is the fact that I beat Darren De Niro in our one-on-one match, and he didn't show his face around here for quite some time.
It's true.
Fact.
And then all of a sudden, he came back and attacked me from behind.
He's like a crazy ex-girlfriend.
He stole my moment.
Yes, he did.
I'm the champion. I'm the captain now.
He is the captain now.
He stole my moment. He attacked me week after week after week, and suddenly he was just handed this title match. I earned mine.
You did.
I beat 30 other guys.
You did. Well, it was like 21, but I get that.
Same difference.
30 other guys.
Yeah, 30
I beat.
dudes. I mean, come on. That's more than a
And
Royal Rumble.
this
572
guy
guys.
just walks in. It had to be at least like 500,000 guys in
It was
that
a
ring.
lot of guys in that ring.
Dude,
It
like
was.
a million.
It had to reinforce it. I know that much.
I lost count after 67.
There's a lot
if
of
we're
dudes
being
in
real.
there. I mean, there was barely any room to move, but you just picked them up one by
a
one.
billion guys.
Beat them all. Every single one of them. I pinned 1, 2, 3. And you see, the thing about that is I earned my title shot, and I earned that title. But Darren De Niro, you have not earned a title shot. Yes, you found yourself in a title match. And that's what bothers me.
Be
But
gone.
the thing about it is, Darren, I'm going to walk out of that match the same way I walked in, and that is as a champion.
And bigger than you.
Much bigger.
He's got abs, bro.
Abs
You have
on
a
abs.
kid. You
My
have a
abs
keg.
have abs.
You have a keg.
Oh,
The only
bird.
thing you're good for is college parties.
I want to switch to a
Poopy
singlet,
soupy.
bro.
Poopy soupy.
So, yeah.
Full bodysuit, MVP style.
Your stupid hair.
Darren De Niro going down at In Like a Lion. So let's talk about the tag team tournament. We have full disclosure. We're recording this before our show on Wednesday night. Tag team championship tournament finals are going to be either the Foundation either the Foundation or OI4K versus either the Knight Riders or Ugly Ducklings. Thoughts on that one, guys?
Either way, it is a barn burner. So, I mean, we'll see what happens tonight. But just whatever the outcome may be prepared for a fire tag team championship match.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, shame that we couldn't be represented in that, but, things happen. But let's move on. We got one more match to talk about. Our main event at In Like a Lion. It's going to be a triple threat for the Rockstar Pro World Championship. Sami Callihan defending the world title against Shigehiro Irie, who I'm not sure how he got added to this, other than just being friends with OI4K, and the sickest dude in all the land.
Anybody in now?
That's true, right?
It just seems like whoever I wrestle, it's always got to be OI4K, 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 and it's driving me insane!
But when it comes to Friday, man, you've got this locked down, right? You've got this under control.
Oh, Sammy. Sammy, I'm more pissed off than I've ever been. It's one power bomb too many. You want to kick me in the back while you have your stretch muffler on. I don't want to just pin you. I want to hurt you. Probably going to take the life from you. Choke you out. Just let it happen, bud. And Shiggy, all I have to say is, In Like a Lion, I am walking out with my title again.
I like that confidence.
Baby boy's back.
I'm back! Yeah! And I would argue better than ever.
I'm sorry, bud.
It looks good. You look great. You got excited.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
So again,
Title. That ribs.
I want to thank you guys.
I want to thank you for being so goddamn sexy.
Oh, well, thanks.
It's like, I
Your
was,
beer smells like chamomile.
Well, I try to condition. Episode 50. Thank you. I couldn't...
Best episode so far.
It is. I couldn't have asked for a better group of individuals than the three of you to join me for this monumentous occasion. So you need to be here Friday, March 3rd for In Like a Lion at Rockstar Pro Wrestling. It's going to be sick, dude.
That's all for this episode. Be sure to come back for another edition of Backstage Pass, Rockstar Pro Wrestling's official podcast.
Oh man, I swear, best Backstage Pass episode ever. Oh, what a day.
Hey, Borg! I'm ready, man. I'm excited. Episode 50, I'm ready to go. You know, Borg, I need to say something here.
What, dude?
You know, normally I wouldn't necessarily say I enjoy hanging around you all the time, but this is episode 50 of the Backstage Pass, and I just want to say, thank you for letting me do this for all these years, all these episodes, episode 50 now. Thanks, buddy. I think we could start anew here. We could be buddies now. How about that? Episode 50. I'm prepared. I studied for this all night. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
Sorry, bud, but
what?
You missed it. You're late.
I missed it?
Yeah. We already recorded.
You told me to be here. I'm early. I'm 10 minutes early from what you told me.
I'm not sure what you think I told you, but Zach was here, Clay was here, Dez was here. It was awesome.
Wait, why were they here?
Oh, they were the special guests.
What?
Spotlight. Oh, it was awesome. We talked about Swan. We talked about McGinnis.
I missed it?
You missed it.
I missed all of it?
Yeah.
Episode 50?
It's cool, man. You can jump in episode 100.
Episode 100? I missed 50.